It happened in October of 2024, and I still haven't told many people about it because, honestly, it sounds insane. At the time, I was making money doing overnight security at an apartment complex in northern Ohio. It wasn't a dangerous job. Most nights were dead quiet. I'd sit in the lobby watching cameras, walk the hallways every hour, and occasionally deal with drunk tenants locking themselves out. The building itself was old, 7 floors, cheap rent, mostly college students, divorced middle-aged people, and a few elderly tenants who had lived there forever. Nothing creepy about it at first glance. But there was one apartment everyone avoided talking about. 14B. What made it weird wasn't the room itself. It was the tenant, a guy named Aaron Vale. He was around 30, thin, pale, always wore headphones around his neck. Nobody ever really saw him during the daytime. He only left at night, usually between 2 and 4 a.m. And every single time he passed through the lobby, he'd be live streaming. Not filming normally. Live streaming directly to his phone. He'd whisper into the camera while walking outside like he was talking to an audience. At first, I thought he was just another Twitch streamer or TikTok guy. But after a few weeks, I noticed something strange. He never blinked while streaming. Not exaggerating. I once watched him talk continuously for almost 3 minutes on camera without blinking once. And the creepiest part? He never acknowledged anyone around him while he was live. Not me, not tenants, nobody. It was like the stream mattered more than real life. One night around 1:30 a.m., he stopped at the lobby desk while streaming. His phone camera pointed directly at me. "Say hi to the chat," he whispered. I laughed awkwardly. "No thanks." For the first time ever, he looked irritated. Not angry, more like disappointed. Then he quietly said, "They love seeing new faces," and walked out. That sentence stuck with me for some reason. A few days later, one of the residents complained about noises from 14B. Screaming. Not argument screaming, panic screaming. The manager asked me to check it out. I went upstairs around midnight. The hallway outside 14B smelled weird, metallic almost, like wet pennies. I knocked once. Nothing. Knocked again. Then I heard whispering inside. Multiple voices, not loud enough to understand. I announced myself. "Security." The whispering stopped immediately. Dead silence. Then Aaron opened the door just a few inches, only one eye visible. His room behind him was completely dark. "You got complaints," I said. "Everything okay?" He stared at me for several seconds before answering. People confuse excitement with fear. I remember getting chills from that. I asked if anyone else was inside. He smiled slightly. "The audience is always here." Then he shut the door. I should have reported him right then. But technically, I had no proof of anything. No visible injuries. No noise anymore. Nothing. So I left. Around 3 nights later, things got worse. I was reviewing hallway camera footage during my shift when I noticed movement outside 14B. A woman stood in the hallway staring at the apartment door. Completely motionless. I didn't recognize her as a tenant. She stood there for almost 20 minutes, then slowly raised her phone. She was watching a live stream, even through the security camera's low quality. I could tell she looked terrified, not entertained. Terrified. Then the apartment door opened. Aaron stepped out. The woman immediately backed away. He pointed toward his phone camera like he was showing her to viewers. Then suddenly, the camera feed glitched, just for a second. When it returned, the woman was gone, not walking away. Gone. Aaron calmly re-entered his apartment. I replayed the footage over and over, thinking the system skipped frames. But it didn't. There was no gap in the timestamp, no cut, no missing footage. She simply disappeared during the glitch. I told myself there had to be a technical explanation. Maybe she moved out of frame fast. Maybe compression artifacts. Anything. But deep down, I knew what I saw. The next night, curiosity got the better of me. I searched Aaron's username online. It took a while, but eventually I found his stream channel. No profile picture, no bio, just a black screen with white text. The watchers are always hungry. He had thousands of followers. Most videos were deleted immediately after live streams ended. But clips uploaded by viewers still existed, and they were disturbing. The streams showed Aaron wandering empty streets late at night whispering to the audience. Anyone else here breathing in headphones? Don't watch this alone. One clip had over 2 million views. In it, Aaron entered an abandoned subway tunnel while live streaming. The entire chat spammed the same phrase repeatedly. Turn around. Aaron laughed nervously and kept walking. Then for a split second, something pale and human-shaped crawled across the tunnel ceiling behind him. The stream ended instantly. I closed my laptop after that. I genuinely felt sick. The next incident happened during my shift on a Friday night. A college-aged tenant named Melissa came downstairs crying. She asked if I could walk her to her car. I asked what happened. She said she accidentally joined a live stream someone posted in her building group chat. Aaron's stream. She said while watching, she heard knocking inside her own apartment. But when she checked the peephole, she saw herself standing outside her door, holding a phone, streaming. At that point, I thought she was having some kind of panic attack, until she showed me her phone. There was a screenshot. And I swear on my life, it showed her apartment hallway, and someone identical to Melissa standing outside her door smiling directly into the camera. Same clothes, same face, same everything. But the smile looked wrong. Too wide. Like the skin didn't fit correctly. I walked her outside immediately. She drove away shaking. She moved out 2 days later. After that, I started avoiding the 4th floor entirely. But around 2 a.m. one Sunday morning, all the building cameras went offline simultaneously. Every screen black. That had never happened before. I grabbed my flashlight and checked the electrical room. Nothing wrong. Then I heard footsteps upstairs. Running. Fast. Followed by screaming. Real screaming. Not TV noise. I radioed for backup while running upstairs. The screams came from the 4th floor. Specifically, 14B. The hallway lights were flickering when I arrived, and the apartment door stood wide open. Inside, I could hear dozens of overlapping voices whispering at once, like hundreds of people talking quietly in a theater. I should have waited for police. I know that now. But adrenaline took over. I stepped inside. The apartment looked completely different from what I expected. No furniture, no TV, no bed, just cameras. At least 20 of them, all pointed toward the center of the room, and every wall, covered in screens. Live stream comments flooded across them nonstop. Thousands per second. Messages like, "We see you." New face. Let him stay. The room smelled rotten, like mold and blood. Then I noticed the floor. There were symbols scratched everywhere, circles layered over each other, almost carved into the wood. And in the middle of the room, Aaron sat in a chair facing a phone mounted on a tripod, streaming. Except he wasn't alone. People stood behind him in total darkness, at least 5 or 6 figures, perfectly still. I pointed my flashlight directly at them. There was nobody there. But on his phone screen, they remained visible, tall, pale figures with huge black eyes, watching me. Aaron slowly smiled. "You finally joined." I yelled for him to step away from the camera. Instead, he whispered, "They've been waiting for someone who can see them." Then every screen in the apartment changed simultaneously. They all showed me, not live footage, different angles of me standing in that room, like hidden cameras surrounded me. Except Some angles were impossible. One shot showed me from directly above, another from inside the wall behind me. The live stream comments exploded faster. "He can see. Keep him. Don't let him leave." Then my radio started talking. Not static. Voices, whispering my name. Over and over. That's when one of the figures appeared beside Aaron. Not on camera, in real life. Tall, unnaturally thin. Its skin looked gray and wet. And its eyes? Completely black. I froze. The thing tilted its head toward me like it was studying me. Then every phone in the room started ringing simultaneously. An ear-piercing sound. Aaron began laughing uncontrollably. Not normal laughter either, like he was crying and laughing at the same time. The creature suddenly moved. I can't even explain how fast. 1 second, it stood beside him. The next, it was inches from my face, its mouth stretched open impossibly wide, and inside, there were more mouths, layered inside each other, whispering. I ran. I don't even remember turning around. I sprinted into the hallway while hearing footsteps chasing me behind. The lights kept shutting off one by one ahead of me as I ran, like something moved faster than I could. I reached the stairwell and slammed the door behind me. The whispering instantly stopped. Complete silence. Then my phone buzzed. I looked down. A live stream notification. Aaron Vale is live, against my better judgment. I opened it. The stream showed a camera view from inside the stairwell, looking directly at me. But there was no camera there. The chat moved insanely fast. Then I saw something that made my stomach drop. Behind me in the stream, something stood on the stairs, tall, motionless, watching me. I spun around. Nothing there. When I looked back at the stream, the figure was closer. I heard footsteps above me, slow, heavy, coming down the stairs. I ran all the way to the lobby and outside into the parking lot. Police arrived minutes later. They searched 14B. The apartment was empty. No cameras, no screens, no symbols, nothing. Just bare walls. Aaron was gone, completely disappeared. No ID, no family records, nothing. It was like he never existed. But here's the part that still scares me. 3 months later, I quit that job and moved to another state. I tried forgetting everything. Then one night around 3 a.m., I got a notification on my phone from an unknown app I never installed. It simply said, "Aaron Vale invited you to join the live stream." I froze, because underneath the notification, it showed my front camera active, like someone was watching me. I deleted the app instantly. Changed phones, changed numbers, didn't matter. Every few months, another notification appears, always at 3 a.m., always the same message. And last week, for the first time, I accidentally opened one. The stream was dark at first, then the camera slowly adjusted. It showed a room full of screens, thousands of comments scrolling, and sitting in front of the camera was me, smiling, without blinking. And right before the stream ended, my double whispered, "They can see you now."